Hey guys, Daniel back here from Malt Jack and welcome. So, been meaning to do this video for basically the last almost 30 episodes. So, how did my wife let me have beer on tap at home in our living room? Well, stay tuned. I'm gonna pour myself a beer and I'll let you know exactly how it went down. Well, cheers guys. It's a little bit on the frothy side. I think I've got to turn the gas down a little bit, but that's okay. You know, as you can see, I've got beer on tap here, draft beer. You know, this one is from Los Palms Brewing on the Gold Coast here in Miami. It's their XPA, and you know, it's just a fantastic drop. Anyway, enough about the beer. Wanted to make a quick video for you guys just to let you know how I convinced my wife to let me have draft beer on tap with my own kegging system in our living room. So, well, how did I do it? Well, I've had about 12 different design criterias, and I've got my laptop over here just to remind me a little bit, because there's, you know, a lot going on. And I just wanted to give you a bit of an oversight of what our design criteria was, you know, why I did it, how I convinced the wife, and essentially, you know, how we did the bar. So, where do I start? I guess the first one was that we have got such a tiny place here. We've got a very, very small townhouse, okay? You know, it's tiny. You can't see behind you, but I can see the whole area here, and it's not big at all. I mean, we've got the kitchen's over there, dining room's there, this is the lounge room over here, and the bar sitting here in the corner. So essentially it had to fit in with the decor. I mean, that was rule number one. You know, I couldn't just do a pallet bar or, you know, a kegerator or something like that. I had to build something that would fit in with our decor. So that was the first thing that I had to overcome. Now, the second thing, had to please both myself and my wife. So as I said, no kegerators, no pallets, no iron sheeting, you know, nothing like that. It had to look aesthetically pleasing, okay? Number three, from my point of view, I had to have great tap beer, okay? So I didn't want to be doing, you know, home brews and all stuff like that. You know, from my point of view, you know, the beer on tap had to be really good. Point four, soda water on tap. So both myself and my wife, we love soda water, okay? So what we actually did probably about 6 months ago is I thought I'd buy her for Christmas a soda stream maker. And look, nothing against soda stream, but I bought it, I took it home, I used it for the first time, and the gas in the bottle just started leaking. Like it wouldn't pressurize, you know, the seals weren't working properly. And I just looked at the bottle, and it's only a 1 litre bottle, and you can only fill it up to a certain height. So you're only filling 800 mils or making 800 mils of soda water at once. And I looked at it and I was just shaking my head thinking, this is just ridiculous. There has to be a better way. I can't just be making 800 mil of soda water and the thing's leaking. So what I've got over here is on the left side, with the brown tap, the brown handle, I've got my draft beer of my choice, and on the right hand side I've got soda water. Now, I really enjoy soda water, and my wife absolutely loves soda water. So what I do, if you can see down below, I've got the two kegs. Keg on the left is mine with beer, keg on the right has always got soda water in it. So over there in the kitchen, we've actually got installed a filter on the cold water tap. Okay, so what I actually do is I take the keg out when it runs out, take it over here to the kitchen, which is just there. I fill it up. It holds 19 litre capacity. So essentially what I do is fill it up with filtered water, put it back in the fridge, cool it down, and then I put it on the gas. So within a couple of days, I've got soda water. And so that I don't run out, as soon as it's gassed and ready to go, I'll fill up a couple of 1.5 litre bottles or 2 litre bottles, and I'll put them in the fridge. So then I know when this runs out, I can switch over, use what I've got in the fridge, fill this keg up, chill it, and gas it. And the system for me works so well. I mean, it's not so much about saving money, because you can buy soda water bottles for 80-90 cents from the supermarket, but it's going to the supermarket, it's buying it, it's lugging it back. And we were going through, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, sometimes 10 bottles if we've got visitors coming over per week. So it's that landfill that you've got those plastic bottles, you've got the hassle of going to the supermarket, bringing it back. So the compromise was, okay, instead of having 2 beers on tap, I've got 1 beer on tap, and I've got a keg full of soda water. And my wife is over the moon with that. She absolutely loves it. She was a bit sort of hesitant at start to use it, but now she just treats it like it's her bar. She comes up with a glass every day, a few times a day. She'll pull the tap down, fill a glass up with soda water, and she just absolutely loves it. So my next point, which I've already touched on, is essentially minimize waste. Okay, so the thing is, we were using so many bottles, beer bottles, beer cans, packaging in terms of your cardboard for your case. As I said, we go to the supermarket, we might even buy 10 bottles of soda water per week if we had visitors. So right now, we've got reusable stainless steel kegs, we've got glasses, and there's almost zero waste. When my keg runs out, I take it to the brewery of my choice. There's plenty around here that'll fill kegs up. Take it to them, they fill my keg up. Same with the soda water, it runs out, I take it over there to the tap. I've got filtered water from the kitchen tap, fill it up, gas it, away we go. My gas runs out, I've got a, what is it here? I think it's a 6 kilo bottle or 5 kilo bottle, 6 kilo bottle it is. When that runs out, I can take it to any CO2 filling station. They fill up my gas bottle. So essentially we're going back to basics, to old school, where you've got things that last. You got stainless steel, glass. You haven't got this plastic and throwaway type lifestyle. And we really enjoy it. So I know I've always got fresh beer. I know I've always got fresh homemade soda water, and it's just absolutely amazing. We love it. I'm just gonna take a drink out of my beer now that the frost settled down. That XPA is just fantastic. So my next point, no home brew. Okay, so not that I'm against home brew, I think it's fantastic, okay, but you can't just expect to buy a $50 kit down at your local home brew shop and expect to be making great home brew at home, okay, and putting it in your keg to save a bit of money. So my policy's been no home brew unless you've got a really good setup. And to have a good setup, you're probably going to be spending somewhere between $3,000 to $5,000. You need to have temperature control. You need to have a fridge. You need to have good fermenters. You need to have good quality ingredients. You need to have an all grain system where you've got keg to keg to keg, vat to vat to vat. And then be able to put it in a fermenter. So, there's a lot of things you've got to do to get that right. So my policy in a small townhouse like this, where we don't have, a shed or a big garage, we've only got a single garage and a carport, my policy's always been no home brew. So these 19 litre kegs, when they run out, as I said, I just take them down to the local brewery of my choice. And we on the Gold Coast in Brisbane, there's dozens and dozens and absolutely dozens of breweries, local breweries that will fill their kegs up for you. And what we're doing is we're supporting local, we're reducing packaging, we're reducing our waste, and we're getting really fresh products. And you just can't argue with this beer on tap. My next point over here is feature on point. Okay, what does that mean? Well, I don't quite know myself, but when I was brainstorming, I thought, okay, I want to turn this bar into a feature and a focal point in this place, okay? Because it's not something that I can conceal or I can hide, okay? It's in our lounge room / dining room / kitchen. You know, it's all open plan, so it has to be a feature. So I wanted a really nice slab of hardwood on top. It's a really nice red gum that I got milled. Cut it down to size, polished it up. You know, it's still got all these cracks and defects, and you can see the grain. It's got a live edge on it, and you know, for my taste, for our taste, this fits in with our decor so well. You know, I call it kind of a jungle industrial style, and then I've given it a nice clear coat of marine lacquer. So, you know, and we've got the black legs, the wine racks on the side. I've got the copper tubing over there, handmade tap handles. One's Jarrah, one's Hue and Pine. So, you know, from my point of view, I think it works really well as a feature. One of the glass door on the fridge, as you can see, it lights up the kegs at night. And as you can see over here at the back is, you know, I've got LED light strips running around on the sides. There's a wine rack, so it lights up the wine, and then it runs all the way around the back of the bar and then down this side as well. So it actually lights up all my whiskey bottles, lights up my wine bottles either side. So there's six rack either side, so it fits 12 wine bottles very comfortably. Essentially in here, as you can see, is the door. And what this does in here is it essentially hides everything that I don't want to be seen on the bar. So it is a bit busy here at the moment. I do apologise. I should put some of these whiskies down the bottom, but I am kind of running out of room. But this is like all my cocktail making stuff. There's, you know, whiskies in there that I don't want to put on top of the bar. I've got some gins in there. I've got some wines. I've got a decanter. You know, I've got some bitters in there. And as you can see down the back as well, there's a gas bottle as well. So I didn't want that to be on show. So I wanted something that, you know, I could conceal, I could hide away. Gas bottles in there, and it's out of the way. You know, that's all my guys stuff, all my bar stuff that I could just put essentially out of the way. Okay. So my next point here, well, I've already covered it actually. Hidden storage. So that was actually point number 9. Number 10, timber, copper, and a black look. So I've also covered that as well. So as you can see here, you know, I wanted it to fit in with the decor around the place. So we've got a nice rustic timber table. We've got black chairs. We've got a copper look on the legs. We've got a nice brown leather couch over here. You know, another brown leather chair over there. So I want it to be kind of a jungle industrial type look with the timber, the black, and then the copper for the spout. And you know, I'm really happy with the way this has turned out. And I've had a lot of questions and comments and things like that from, you know, friends and friends of friends of mine saying, you know, how'd you do it? How'd you build it? You know, what was your sort of design criteria? So that's what I thought I'll essentially make this video. And I'll probably do a couple more. You know, I want to actually make another couple of these, and I'll probably run you through essentially how I build it and how I find the timber and how they mill it and how I build the wine rack and, you know, how I do all the plumbing for the beer lines and all that type of thing. But that'll come in another episode. We've got plenty of time. My next point over here, portable but stylish. Okay, so, you know, essentially I want it to be a, you know, fixed feature piece, as I was saying before, but I also want to be able to move it around the place if I have to. Okay, now not something I do often, but let's say for example we're entertaining or we're throwing a party or, you know, big dinner party or a birthday or something like that. I want to be able to essentially pick this up, disconnect my beer lines, pull the fridge out and be able to move that. You know, if I'm moving it, you know, outside or whatever the case might be. I mean, in a small place like this, it's probably only going to be here or it's going to be outside. But if I want to put it outside near the barbecue, then I can do that. So that was one of my criteria. So I've got essentially disconnects on the beer line. Okay, so I don't have to be cutting beer hoses and unscrewing things. I can physically disconnect things quite easily and make it portable if I need to. Okay, last point, last but not least, I wanted it to be wall mounted. Okay, so flush mounted to the wall, because you know, essentially in this townhouse we don't have enough room for a stand behind bar. Okay, so one of my criteria was has to sit against the wall and it has to look stylish. Okay, I didn't have enough room to be able to sort of stand behind a bar and have a front to it and all that type of stuff. So as you can see, the front of this bar has to look quite stylish and appealing. So look, that's my criteria. That's kind of how I convinced my wife to let me have beer on tap in our lounge room or our dining room, as you can see. So we've got, you know, fantastic beer on tap here. We've got soda water on the other. I could probably fit another 10 litre keg in there, but I'm thinking what I'm probably going to do next, if you guys stay tuned, in the next couple of months, is probably do a double door fridge. Okay, so I've got, instead of just 2 kegs, I might have 4 kegs. So then I can potentially have 2 or 3 beers and 1 soda water and 4 taps on here. I'll do it sort of a different sort of copper, custom copper setup over here. So look, stay tuned. You know, I'm happy with this at the moment. I think it looks fantastic. You know, let me know what you guys think. You know, if you like it or if you don't like it, you know, please send me a comment. If you think I can do something a little bit better, you know, send it through. Say, hey, you know, I don't like that or that or that, or you could do the wine rack better, or you should do this, or, you know, flick me some ideas. I'm really interested to know what you guys think about it. But, you know, this is my crafty work. I've built it myself. I'll definitely give you guys a bit more insight in the next couple of months about it, but I just wanted to give you guys a bit of an introduction because I'm sitting at this bar quite often, and as I said, I wanted to share it with you guys. So really appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope you enjoy this bar as much as I do. I'm going to finish this beer and catch up with you guys really soon. As I said, flick through your comments and hopefully I'll hear from you soon. Cheers.